There are many accounts by many great ulama and religious personalities about the benefits and about what can be achieved by visiting the shrine of Hazrat Fatima Masoumeh, and this is one of the best reasons why people continue to visit the shrine. I want to give a little example of something that happened to me in terms of the miracles that might be a big miracle, but something that really happened to me when I just came here with my family. About a week after I came here, my son came down with an illness that none of the doctors could understand what the problem was. He had a very bad stomach ache, where his stomach actually became very hard, like the wood, you know. It was very painful. And recently arriving in Iran, not knowing the language, it was quite stressful for us. And I would take him to many different doctors, and they had no idea what the problem was. And I realized that I may have to go back to Canada because there's no way we could solve this problem here. And I told my son, I said to him, I said, whenever you get better, I'm going to buy you a gun, like a toy gun, of course. And I went to the shrine of Hazrat Masoumeh, and I said to her, I said, look, we just came all the way here, and I don't want to go all the way back empty-handed so soon. Ask Allah to help my son for me. And I made my ziyarat, and I went home, and as soon as I got in the house, he was fine. After about a week of having this problem, he was fine. It just went by like that. And to me, that's like a personal experience of the role of Hazrat Masoumeh. But I think, for most of us, when we ask Allah to help us, and Allah does, and we perceive that Allah does not help us, I think it's because for most of the time we are relying upon somebody else. You might be sick, and you're relying upon the doctor as well as relying upon Allah. And as the Christians say, God is a jealous God. You rely upon Allah and you rely upon the doctor, you're not sure who's helping you if ever you get better. In a situation like mine, one had to be completely disillusioned and despairing of other help beside Allah. This is when Allah really comes to you for help. Comes to you and helps you. When you actually place all your trust in Allah. But, placing your trust in man or in other creatures could militate against that. Now, that being said, there's also a hadith or a story about a man who drowned, and the angels asked him, well, why did you drown? He said, well, because God didn't help me. And it was said, okay, did you see a boat passing by? Yes. Why did you go on the boat? He said, because it wasn't God helping me. I wanted God to help me. Well, God said, I sent you the boat to help you, you see? So what it really means is this, that everything that occurs to us, every help that we get, goes back to Allah. And with that, the power of that understanding, leads us to have Allah in a more direct role in our lives. But as soon as we start relying upon other things and not recognizing that these other things also are a blessing from Allah, this is when we start having problems. This is when we pray, it's apparent to us that we don't get any answers. Because we're relying upon our own understanding and not knowing that this understanding is a help that Allah has given us to solve our problems. Or we're relying upon our own, the own social system or services or help that is out there without realizing that this goes back to Allah as well.